Coach Jones, first your thoughts on today's win against Hofstra?
Well, it was a great win. I told the guys before the game I really thought it was going to come down to who made more toughness plays on both ends of the floor. Anytime you play 3 times in less than 72 hours, it really comes down to who's a tougher team, both mentally and physically. I thought Hofstra gave us all we could handle. We were just fortunate enough to make some plays down the stretch. That was the difference.
And then looking back at yesterday's game as well, you ended both games on huge runs. And you just mentioned playing 3 games in less than 72 hours. What does that say about the team's athleticism and ability and endurance to have big runs to end 2 games?
Yeah, and you're talking about a couple things. You're talking about some guys that have logged 35-plus minutes 3 times in a row. Guys like Darryl Parton and DJ Irvin, Pat Azell. We have great leadership. I think it comes from the leadership of our assistant coaches as well as our captains and our seniors. I thought after the tough game against Cleveland State, we had a great meeting that night. Guys just picked each other up and were really focused on trying to get it done the next day. And I thought we won the game by the way we carried ourselves after the Cleveland State loss. And it just speaks volumes for the types of kids they are. They're a resilient group. As you know, they were 5-9 non-conference last year. They start the conference, I think, 1-3, and they end up winning the league in the championship. So, it's a very resilient group.
And then what about Patrick? His first career double-double as a senior. He had big games this weekend.
He's played well, and I really thought he had a great offseason. He put a lot of time and work into his game, and I could just see his confidence right away. Once we started working out, he got very confident very quickly. And then once we told him we were going to go to him a lot more this year, I think, he really got excited and did some extra work, and he's just playing great basketball right now.
And just this weekend, it seemed that the 3-point attempts dropped dramatically from the first couple of games. A lot more driving to the basket. Is that more coming from you, or do you think that was just the way the other teams were playing against you?
Well, I think we really had to change up. To be honest with you, we came into the season figuring that we could play a certain style, and then once we played a few games, I could see some of the things that we could do well, some of the things that we didn't do so well, and we got really focused on really trying to get the ball to our better offensive players, Dominic Mars, Pat Azell, DJ Irving, and Darryl Parton. Those are going to be the guys that are going to carry us, and then we need guys like Matt Griffin to be able to fill in and make some open shots. And, that's kind of what we become, and we want to be less dependent on the 3. Darryl can score in a lot of different ways, not just 3-point shooting. Obviously, Dom, we want to give him more about the basket. I thought in the first few games, Dom was on the perimeter way too much, so we try to make a concerted effort to get him around the basket. And we want DJ Irving getting in the lane, so we wanted to change some of our ball screen schemes for DJ to get in there, and it's really helped us.
And then you just talked about the offense. What about the defensive effort going up against 3 bigger teams in general?
Yeah, I felt like we have played more zone. We've gone with our 3/4 court press back to zone and mixed in some man-to-man, and that really has helped us. We're a very good zone team. We move very well. The guys do a great job of talking and getting matched up, and they like to press, so that's been very good. It's just been a matter of us kind of finding the way and finding the way we wanted to play with this group.
And then you talked a minute ago about the major minutes that some of the guys are playing, and with the way that Cleveland State and Rhode Island really pressed on DJ, do you get concerns that DJ might break down as the season goes on?
Well, we got to keep him fresh in practice. I think we got to keep guys, especially those 4 guys, if they're going to be logging those types of minutes, you got to make sure you get those guys rest in practice. But we got to get better, and that's really the goal of us, to get better, and we'll keep those guys fresh.
And then also looking at free throw shooting, obviously the team's proven over the last couple of years that they're very good, but there were some key missed free throws from good free throw shooters. Is that more from you just having to build up their confidence, or how do you handle that as a coach?
Well, I think we've got to just spend more time, shooting free throws. I think we need to really get ourselves in the gym, and I think part of it has been fatigue. I think guys not really used to playing that many minutes in a game and kind of down the stretch, and that's where we've missed them. We've missed them more in the second half than the first half. So we got to make a concerted effort of getting in the gym and then shooting them when we're tired in practice.
And then finally, 2 big games this week against Delaware and BC. What are you looking for from the team this week?
Well, just to get better. I want to go back and really watch the film and talk with the thing. There are some things right off the top of my head that I feel like we have to get better at in the game situations, some foolish fouls, some foolish decisions that we've made. So we want to get better that way. Obviously, we want to continue to get better at sharing the ball and playing together and executing at a high level and doing some things in the zone and in our press. There are a lot of things we need to continue to work on to get better. And obviously, we're going to take it one game at a time. Right now, we got to focus ourselves on Delaware on Wednesday.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Okay, Scott.